Less powder next time. Thanks for joining me again, Aquarius, for Arcade Arcana, where we read the tarot cards for each of the 12 zodiac signs in the zodiac wheel. Let's go ahead and get started with you, Aquarius. For this week, very interesting. So, you have the Six of Wands, the Tower, and the Six of Pentacles. So what that tells me, Aquarius, is in the beginning of the week, you're going to be in a place of public celebration. All of your work, all of your achievements are finally going to be recognized and celebrated. So make sure you bask in the glory of all the work you've done and really soak in the appreciation that you get from those around you, because it's very important going into the middle of the week. You have a turbulent week a little bit. So make sure you are really enjoying yourself in the beginning of the week, because you're going to want to really reminisce on everything you've done, everything that's gotten you here, everything that's really led you up to this very moment. And it's going to be so worth it, Aquarius. So make sure you're spending time outdoors with friends, spending time in the office with your friends, and, you know, reminiscing on the fact that you made it, you did it, you achieved what you came out here to do, and that's what you're being recognized for. So great job, Aquarius. And then from there you move to the middle of the week, which is the Tower. So there's going to be a very abrupt change, and what the Tower brings in is destruction. It breaks down all of the systems that we've put into place, all of the traditions we hold. It kind of takes everything and turns it on its head for good reason, and that's to kind of shake everything up, get it ready for a lot of change, a lot of new. So be careful about losing your job, changing apartments really quickly. Maybe a relationship turns sour in the middle of the week. But really, the Tower is here to bring you radical change, radical destruction in some aspect of your life that needs that change, that needs that breath of newness it needs to break down the old to bring in that newness that's going to be so pivotal for you going into the weekend, Aquarius. In the middle of the week, make sure you are taking care of yourself, you're spending extra time with yourself, not getting too caught up in the destruction of the moment, because it may look like your world is tumbling down in the moment, but I'm telling you, these changes are very important for you to make, and they're going to lead you to the next part of your journey, which is very important. That brings us to the end of the week, which is the Six of Pentacles, and that's reminding you to remain charitable. You know, don't be too stingy with your money, your resources, your family. Really get down to the basics and share all of the resources you have, not all of them, but share your resources with people who you know are less fortunate, who could use the help. You know, pour out that knowledge, pour out that money, so that people can eat, so that people can have a home, so they can have a warm place to stay under tonight. Because it's really important, Aquarius, that you remember what you're here to do, which is the pouring out of human intelligence, of human intellect. You're a sign that comes very late in the zodiac wheel. So if you learned a lot of lessons with with the spiritual energy of Aquarius, which is collective. It's not a singular energy. It's all about, you know, being the bold trendsetter. It's about being in a group of people and really finding your spot within them without being labeled. So I think it's going to be a very interesting week for you, Aquarius. Look out for a lot of changes, look out for a lot of new, and be quick on your feet, because you're going to need to stay ready for just about anything. And that brings me to the Three of Pentacles, which is your advice card. And your advice is to remember that when you're building a church, so there's a monk, an architect, and an engineer. So you can't build a church without those three people. You need a priest to be, you know, the religious figure. You need an architect to plan the church, and you need a builder to create it. So make sure you're embodying all three of those different types of archetypes. The planner, the engineer, the creator, the builder, and the spiritualist, to really address the questions that you have here. You know, don't just look at them on the surface level. Don't just look at them in the physical level. Look at them spiritually. Look at them in the long-term plan of who you are and who you want to be. And really spend time on how you can create that, how you can build that. Especially with all this destruction coming in the middle of the week, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to build a lot of great new opportunities for yourself, a lot of new projects, a lot of new passions. So really embody those different types of archetypes, and you could choose to embody them in yourself, but you could also look outside of yourself, because there's a lot of people who can teach you a lot, who can mentor you, and who you can mentor to really get you through your toughest times, and to make sure that you're addressing all the questions you have in a way that's informed and not just based off of your own illusions or your own ego. So I think it's going to be a very eventful week for you, Aquarius, but I think it's necessary change that has to come, that has to breathe life into some of the areas that have just been stagnant in your life so far, Aquarius. Especially with everything going on, there's a lot of just stagnant energy that's out there waiting to be used, and this is the moment for you to use it, Aquarius. So that's it for you, Aquarius. Keep your chin up this week. I know it's going to be very hard for you, but I think you'll make it through. Make sure you visit me on Monday to get your next week's reading from the tarot cards. And I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. I want to know what your least favorite zodiac sign is and why.